All right. Looks like we're live. Let's wait for some people to show up. See what's what. See what's going on. All right. Just waiting. We'll probably end up starting in about a minute or so. 30 seconds in. 36 seconds in. Mexican Charlie Lee. Frustrated with Litecoin? Yeah, get in line. Litecoin's been frustrating since 2019? Maybe 2019? Since it had its kind of Litecoin only rally. Ooh, I'm on a weekly chart. That's fancy. I didn't realize that was a weekly chart. You are not the first smartwatch. Mexican Charlie's the first. Right here. This rally right here where Litecoin just ripped the whole market a new one. That's the one. That's the one right there that ever since then it's just been, they're like, oh yeah, we blew all of our money on this rally. I guess we have none left for over here. Well, yeah, that's what to hope, but hope does not work well in investing. Sometimes it does, but you know, generally not so much. You can hope your kid turns out to be a good person and decides not to do drugs. That's what you can hope for, but when it comes to our investments and stuff like that, hopefully hope doesn't come into your written plan. Hope. I hope it's going to work. So, but you know, sometimes hope is all you got. I tend to like to listen to charts. Um I fall into a few traps like everybody else, but generally I like to listen to charts. Recently AVAX has kind of been a coin that I've liked. I've actually liked AVAX for a while. I don't know tremendous about it. Like I know the three blockchains. I think it's a very unique way to scale. I think it's kind of neat. I don't know it in depth. I don't know anyone else that does it, but the market doesn't seem to care about them because they're not doing anything. So Solana is your leader in terms of these recent layer ones. Solana had the biggest rally. We went through that information. I think it was last week. And then AVAX was about half in terms of the performance. What about Pepe? Yeah, I'm not. Pepe is actually the name of my dog down the street, and so that's what I'm going to be referring to as Pepe. I don't know. I don't think I've ever looked at that chart but once. We haven't even covered it, and no one's really cared. So it's just one of those things. It's hard to play in some of those really, really tiny ecosystems because you can just get destroyed really, really quickly. So we don't talk much about it. All right, let's talk about the market. So we've been eyeballing this big cup and handle on BTC, and it's thinking about breaking out. I don't like the fact that it's stalled up here, but we're still kind of edging our way up here, and Bitcoin is thinking about breaking out. Obviously, the news is with XRP. XRP is a real boy now. It's not a security, so you can go ahead and I don't know, not sue XRP now. 81 cents on XRP. That seems like a pretty darn big number. This is XRP. This is not XRP. Thought I clicked on XRP. So there's XRP, been as high as $2. So are we headed back to $2? There's a good possibility. There probably is quite a bit of pent up demand for this name. So and there's a lot of big names that actually really like XRP, and you have to understand why, regardless of your feelings on XRP. I know there are some people. Oh, you're up with right options? 2025, Ian. What'd you get there? Okay, why don't you tell me about that? I'm very disappointed in you that I'm not up 1100%. That's garbage. 2025, you need to tell me what option you got and when you got it so I can be very mad at myself. But there's a lot of pent up demand for XRP, and I think this kind of shows it. Initially, everyone's like, whoa, that was a big move for XRP. That's algorithms. Nothing else other than algorithms. Nothing moves that fast and that violently. So I guarantee you there have been probably several dozen, if not several hundred of algorithms written with some keywords waiting for the news, XRP, not a security, XR, whatever the case may be. And that's what you see here initially. There's the first 4 minutes, there's the 5th minute, and off we go. That's pretty much what it is. Oh, nice. Very nice job, Ian. Very nice. That's good. Yeah, we bought it recently. I'll talk about my options trading right in a little bit. So this is all algorithmic based. After that, you're going to get a lot more organics in here, guys like you and I just looking at charts. But for the first couple of minutes, they're pretty much all algos, which is to be expected. I don't think you can expect, especially because it was definitely a news-driven pop. And so an algorithm works perfect for that because the second it drops, you get in, everyone else is going to see it, and it's going to go. Yeah, nobody did. And, I was thinking about this earlier because I've been talking about XRP. I said, I like how tight it's getting, but there's really not much to do here. And then, honestly, didn't even dawn on me about the lawsuit. Now, that being said, we have talked about a little bit about, if the lawsuit goes in XRP's favor, it's probably good stuff's going to happen. And then boom, it just happens to happen today. So there you go. You can't catch them all. Don't be mad at yourself if you didn't miss this move. I mean, who's sitting here? If you're mad you missed this move, just be mad at yourself that you weren't sitting at the screen 24 hours a day for the past 9 months, a year, however long it's freaking taken to get this, because you would have had to do that every single day. Every single day just been sitting at the computer. So no one's going to do that. Everyone is going to just, trade how they trade. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But these are the pops that you really can't do anything about. All you can try to do is try to find a way into it. Let's go back down to this chart, and we'll dig down a little deeper. We'll go to the 5 minute. We don't need to go that granular. But if you look at the chart, these structures that we typically look for show up every single time, and they're different. It's not always the same structure, but they're different structures. Hold on a second. I got my work calling me. All right, she's going to call me back. I guess she got a phone call from a client. So here's our structures. We have a symmetrical triangle, and then boom, a breakout from there. If you're here, if you're available, that's a great time to enter. Well, what about now? Well, now you're still waiting for further consolidation, and we don't fully know what this is going to look like yet, but not quite another symmetrical triangle, but it's pretty much it's not looking too bad. We definitely could continue as more people kind of learn about this. Invested at 0.7 euros. XRP is looking good. If your entry's at 0.7 there, Cass, I think you're okay. We'll see. If it starts undercutting this, obviously your position's in a little bit of danger, but I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. The market looks like it wants to go, but if Bitcoin's any indication, we do have still a little bit of distribution left to go. We've been challenged with Bitcoin in the past couple of weeks, just being in this consolidation, and now we're trying to rally through, and I'm really hoping the market is going to sustain this. Obviously, talking about Riot Blockchain a little bit ago, Ian's making a ton of money on Riot Blockchain there, and Aram, our community member Aram, killing it. Actually, he took some profits today. I can't be mad at him for that. But you can see here a little bit of a rejection, although volume increasing substantially on the way up. Not so bad on the way down. This could be just a normal consolidation, but it's hard to know what's at play here. But we're not ripping and roaring past 31. It'd be nice if we were up at 32, 30 in the 32 handle right about now, 32,000. When I say handle, that just means 32 handle would be anything after 32. Up in the 32s, I think would be great right now. Super, super good. But we're not. We actually pulled back in to the breakout point. So it can only do that so many times before the market's just gonna not forgive it and try to distribute. But pretty good day today. So you can see this. We got only about an hour and 20 minutes left to go. It's getting a little late in the day. So this is going to be a good day. And I really would like us to close at the high, but the way this is laying out right here, I'm not sure that's going to happen. It's probably going to close a little lower, which means it's a little bit more weak. And who knows when, speaking about those derivatives, we can probably look at Riot Blockchain and it's not giving us any after hours indication about. Oh yeah, it is. It's barely budged. There's the after hours move that line. What color is that? It's orange. Super small orange line right where my thing is. So it's gapped down just a little bit, but not too much. And I do believe those markets, the actual stock market, will close to the point where you can't trade at all. If not already, then very soon. So yeah, hopefully we'll see. Um, but I mean, all these Bitcoin derivatives are just killing it, and that's basically off the news. We were speculating as to why these would be running, but the Bitcoin spot would not. And my assumption was that the really big institutions, the guys that announced they're trying to make these Bitcoin ETFs, that they are buying these mining stocks, and that's actually kind of what's happened. Someone in the Slack chat room mentioned that. Let's see if I can pull up the article. Um, and so it looks like that is what had occurred, which makes sense because if you're a big, large institution, here it is, Vanguard. So True mentioned this. So here's the Vanguard article. Vanguard now owns 560 million worth of Bitcoin mining stocks. That was 3 days ago on July 10th. So when you look at these big moves in these cryptocurrency stocks, it just makes sense that you would see that because who else would be buying? Look at the volumes. These volumes are of a gargantuan scale that you typically only see during the best of breakouts. Here's an example of the Riot. Last time Riot did this was back in 2020. Look at the volume coming out here. Look at this average volume, like just tremendous. And then finally moving up into a big parabola, and then a failed flag right there. And right now, it appears that we're in the middle of this first run. I don't know if we're here. I don't know if we're here. I don't know if we're here. But the volumes are in a great spot. And look at my volume aggregation tool. What this does is this counts the buying and the selling pressure, and kind of extrapolates it, and it's just so green right now, really really green, and it looks like it hopefully is poised for some more vertical action because things are looking really good. Hey, what's up, Aram? Riot options were pretty thinly traded. Yeah, they could be back then. You just have to layer in and over several days. But in reality, all you gotta do, Ian, if you're in that position again, if you wanted a bigger position, just do a limit order. You can just do a limit order and then just kind of let it sit because it'll chop around. So you mentioned you got it in January, which would be January. Oh, so yeah, I guess we were rallying, and depending where you got in January. Another thing you can do, Ian, is try to buy multiple strike prices, things like that, expiration dates. I really haven't had whatever excuse I want to tell myself. I've often thought about layering expiration dates in these runs. And the reason is because if you take an option and if it moves within 1 or 2 weeks, you could 10x your money super quick, which is actually, Rom pretty much did that too, Ian. So, yeah, I thought about layering in because if you layer into certain expiration dates and say you have, say you buy at the bottom and you're just the luckiest person on the planet, right? Say you buy right there and then you have one that expires there and then maybe one that expires there and then you start doing it like monthly or something like that's your weekly. Then you have some that are monthly. Obviously, this is going to be difficult depending on the size of your account, but if you were to layer some of these, I don't have a strategy for this yet. It's just a thought that I've had. So, yeah, thanks, Aram, man. Hey, you pulled the trigger, guy. You're the man. You are the man. Aram's got a good sense of stuff, guys. Aram's good. So, but yeah, if you were to layer these out, now obviously I think this is probably too many bars for once a month, but weekly, and then say you layered them out like this, and like I said, maybe that's just too many bars. So that one's March, that one's April, this one's May. So I just drew like every 2 weeks here, apparently, is what I drew. But you get the general gist of it. Just a thought I've had. I really haven't done a lot of back testing on it. One thing, though, that I have done with options in the past is I've looked at buying one and selling another. And people do that to limit risk, essentially. So I thought to myself, just take a smaller position size. Why would you play those types of games for little gain? It's interesting. Hey, I didn't say it. You said it, okay? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Take it somewhere else. I didn't say it. I never said it. You said it. I'm going to blame Ian. Ian said it too. We're not looking for that right now. Nice to see you, Bitcoin ATMs. Nice to see you. But yeah, so I guess we'll talk a little bit about the options trade. Let me see if my software is up right now. Nope, let me get it up. I'll talk a little bit about the options trade. And I want to see what Ian got himself into so I can cry in my pillow. Hey, the other Ian. Oh, I didn't even notice you were already here. Both Ians. Nice. Good to see you guys. How you doing? I forget which one we said was the OG. Was the original Ian. I forget. That's funny. I'm playing AVAX long term, but not trading. Yeah, AVAX are disappointing a little bit. We'll dig into that shortly. But I got my heads in this whole options thing. So bear with me if you guys don't understand options. Probably won't be able to help you right now, but just stay with me. The gist of it is this. Here's the gist of an options trade, and we'll just use let's just pick an easy one. So 20 strike price here, okay? The gist of the option is this. So this $20, well, the gist of it, hey, what's up, Ted? The gist of it is that if this is what you pay, the ask, right? This is what you pay. If you sell it for more than what you pay for it, you made some money. All in all, that's really the gist of it. But the technical part of it is that as the option fluctuates, there's this line here where things go from the purple, which is called in the money, to the black, which is called out of the money. And the money is the strike price and the current price. So $20.29 in the money is $20 because it's less than $20.29. Out of the money is $20.50. So what this means is that when this option expires, anything out of the money will expire at zero. Anything in the money will still have value, and you have the option to actually buy 100 shares of, in this case, Riot Blockchain. Now, what that means for us as traders, though, is that you're paying $1.82 per share for an asset that's worth $20. Okay? The caveat to that is it has to go up. If it doesn't go up, these options expire and evaporate very, very quickly. But if you do it right, and if you're very fortunate and disciplined and everything else, if you catch a rally like this, what you can do is something amazing. So let's just say here you bought for $12.40. Let's say you paid like $1 for this option at $12.48, right? Just doesn't matter what strike price, doesn't matter what expiration date. This is an example. $12.48, you paid $1. Well, I guess the strike price matters. Let's say you paid $1 for a $13 strike price. That means that when the time this gets to $13, you'll have made a little bit of money if it happens really soon. And now that we're up at $20, your $13 option you bought for $1 is worth $7. So this has gone up quite a bit, 60%. But your option went up 700%. Now, that is not normal. It is completely abnormal, which is why it works. If it was normal, it would be an index fund and you would get 7% a year, but it's not. So doing this effectively, there is some discipline involved. There's a lot of strategy involved, and it's something I've kind of started to get really good at over the past couple of years, actually. But anyway, right? Yeah. Aram says you got to join the Power Hour. Most of these guys already have Aram. They used to be in the show, but we're doing a lot more with these options right now, especially because Bitcoin crypto isn't doing super great. And then especially since this riot started looking super good too. So, all right, Ian, let's check out your option. What you got? January 2020. Oh, 2024 or 2025? I thought you had 2025. Yeah, is it 25 or 24? You bought the 35? Nice. Oh, $10 strike. Okay, let's blow this up. We can just go back to TradingView for right now. I can just tell you the values off the screen. No big deal. So you bought in January. I'm just trying to Figure this out real quick. 10 strike bought in January. Okay, $10 strike. Nice. I like that strike price, especially from January. It's out of the money. You probably didn't pay too much for it. But if it's going to go, 20, 30, 40, 60 bucks, you're just going to make a shitload of money. It's amazing. Oh, 24 and 25. That's good. How can you sell your options and get shares? Well, if you wanted to do that, it's called exercising your option. So you'd look on your platform. I I don't do that, so I typically don't know where that button is. But if you click on your option, there's probably a drop down or a checkbox or somewhere that says exercise. And that's what you would do. You'd exercise your option. So remember around a week ago, I ended up being assigned. So when it's done automatically, it's called assigned. I was assigned 300 shares of Riot, and that's because I had 3 options in Riot at that time. So no, actually, in the U.S. scene, you can exercise whenever the hell you want as long as you're in the money, if that's what you want to do. But for me, I'm just trading the option for the volatility. So I'm not exercising anything. I could really care less. Um, Although that being said, let's see if I can find it. Hold on a second. I was looking at Tesla because huge Tesla fan, and Torch the Time Premium doing it that way though. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I understand the words. I don't know what the end result you're trying to get to there. Let me see. I did a spreadsheet once about how much Tesla I could get if I bought options breakouts. Or I'm sorry, if I bought breakouts using options. Thought I saw Tesla in here. No. If I bought breakouts using options and used it to increase my share quantity. I'm kind of doing that right now a little bit, as a matter of fact. I sold 10% of my Tesla stock and I bought options on this breakout right here, and I'm up, I think, like 60%. And then that relates to, like, I don't know how many more shares. I haven't done that calculation in a couple of weeks, but the percentage I'm up on the option would lend me to, last time I did it, I was up 10% in shares. So I could sell my option and buy 10% more Tesla shares. So I thought that was pretty cool. But let me see if I can find this, because it was pretty interesting. I spent quite a bit of time on this. I don't think I've shown anybody this, because most people don't really care too much. But we're getting into options more, which we really weren't back when I was doing this. Where is my net worth calculation spreadsheet? I'm just looking off screen here, guys. Oh, Tesla option. It is. Okay. Let me see here. I'm just going to show you guys everything. Why the fuck not? It's okay. And I got to reorient myself, to be honest with you, because I haven't looked at this in a long time. But it's 2021, I guess, is when I was doing this. Yeah. Year and a half ago. So this was before the 3-to-1 split. So I made this calculator. I kind of have to reorient myself. It's been a while. 10,000, 20,000. So, okay, I'll just show it to you. I don't know what it's going to look like or if you can make heads or tails of it, but I'm going to pull, darn it. I'm going to pull chat down real quick because you kind of need the whole screen for this. There's some dollar figures in here. I don't care. It's okay. Unfortunately, most of them are irrelevant at this point. Well, not quite. Actually, everything's pretty much irrelevant at this point. Okay, so again, I'm going to reorient myself. I think this was the current price. Or what the hell was this? There's a calculation in here. Okay, so that's the Tesla price. If Tesla gets a certain price, I think that's the dollar amount of Tesla that I had at the time. I think. That's the date. So on 221, the price must have been like 980 bucks. And I was just going through the motions about if the Tesla price gets to this, and there's going to be an expiration date involved here somewhere too. Some of these are leaps, but then the market obviously corrected. So So if it got to these prices, my 224 would be worth this much. Cost per 100 shares on the strike price was 14.50. Options. Okay, so here's where it is. So this is how many options I think I'd be able to buy. And then this one of these is like how many shares I would end up with. I think this is how many shares I would end up with. Yeah, shares with options profit. Options worth, shares with options profit. This is probably getting really complicated for some people. um, oh, I got you, Ian. Yeah, because you're paying for that. You're paying for that time. That makes sense. Yeah, I'll take a look at Tezos in a bit. But the point is this. The point is that these are like really long-term targets for Tesla. We're talking 2030, and it's only 2023. We did this 2 years ago, and this would be $3,300. So this would be $6,600, and there's still targets on Tesla for $2,000 and $3,000, which would put it in this category. So what I said here is that this is how much the Tesla would that I acquired. So this is how many shares I would have with the option profit, depending on where Tesla went. I'd have 247 shares, or 498 shares, or 573 shares. So it was a way of using options profit to catapult the amount of shares of Tesla that I was able to get from 247 up to, if things worked out really well, up to 827. And then depending on the target, I'd get between 8 million and 16 million bucks. So you can see there's kind of this matrix effect between the long-term targets and kind of, what could potentially be some really epic runs in Tesla, which never transpired. None of this ever happened. But to your point about shares and acquiring, I did that work. And good numbers if any of this works out. Because see, that's the end goal. If anything works out. So I forget what this is. Oh, this is how many. This Yeah, so I did. Anyway, you get the gist of it. I'm not going to spend any more time on this, but if you guys have any questions about stuff like that, it's really just a spreadsheet. It's nothing, there's no extraordinary technology there. What the heck? Okay, you guys are probably seeing a quarter of the chat there. What? Hold on. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, I think I just gave someone vertigo or epilepsy. I don't know if I can give you epilepsy. Can I look at Tezos? XTZ, sure. There's Tezos. Looking like everything else. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, not a lot of differentiation right now between most of the cryptos. There's a few that are outliers that are the ones that we tend to focus on. I really tend to focus on the best of the best, and obviously XRP wasn't on that list. Because at the time it really wasn't the best of the best. But yeah, what a freaking breakout. What a breakout in XRP. We'll see if that continues. So I originally owned Tesla back in 2010 when it was $30 before all the splits and got impatient. Me and my wife discussed buying it back then. We decided not to because I'm a market timer, and I'm like, yeah, it's just sitting there doing nothing. Obviously, hindsight being 2020, like, if I'd have been patient for 6 years, if you're looking at Tesla, because this thing was, I was legitimately looking at it after this run up in this base right here. I don't know what the value was like you do, but if I would have held for 7 year, I'd have been okay. But I mean, I got a few trades out of it. I didn't do as good, obviously as good as you could have, but that's not what I got. I got this leg right there. I got this leg. I got this leg actually, and then I got all that leg, and then I even got I even got this leg. I think I bought down here. I got that leg, and then I even got a good amount of this leg. I held on to this stock way too fucking long for a trader. I had a stupid good run, and not all of it was due to Tesla, to be honest with you. I was really proud of myself for that. and that's something I like to hang my hat on, is the fact that a lot of people just made money in Tesla and are calling it market brilliance. There's a lot of people that don't know how to do what we're trying to do, essentially, but they think they do. And I wish them the best, obviously, but it's hard to duplicate a unicorn's success unless you can find another unicorn. But what happened to me is that I had a really, really great sized account, and I let it dwindle down because I fell in love with Tesla. One of the main rules is never fall in love with a stock, and I did. And I still held a lot of Tesla, even up here. I think over 50% of my accounts in Tesla. I still can't let it go. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it. So I'm just going to trade options with the rest of the money and build it right back up. And then my options trading will surpass my Tesla trading, and I can be stupid and smart at the same time. So instead of forcing myself, and maybe it's not a good thing that I'm not forcing myself, but instead of forcing myself, I'm hopefully letting my options trading prowess go coincide with the love for this stock, which is a generational company, absolute generational company. But yeah, I mean, if I would have done it 100% right, I did have some sells up here, and I've been in and out of it. I'm not saying I held the entire time, but it's one of those psychological things. I could feel it when I was doing it. I ended up buying it, and then I did sell on part of this run down here, and then I rebought down really close to the bottom, like in the 120s, I think it was. Maybe it was 115, something like that, like down here. And I've been holding it since then, and then I bought those options right there with the part of it. So I'm doing okay with that one. So, but I mean, it's a good lesson. All this stuff is just trading. All right, let's get back to Bitcoin. See what's going on with crypto. Talking too much about Tesla and my trading shit. All right, let's get back to okay. So there's a 2-hour time frame. Looks like we're doing okay. I do like the fact that Bitcoin's putting in a tremendous volume day today. I just hope that it's going to continue up. Hex is having a good day, up 20%. I really hadn't looked at this yet. We mentioned this morning Hex was curling up, and that usually precedes good moves in the market. And then here we go. What are you jealous for, Ron? Take your 900% and get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Rom. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Take your win. Damn it. One more than me today. I'm telling you, I was pissed earlier. I'm like, fuck, Rom's up 900%. I'm only up 100%. I'm like, damn it. This thing better get going. All right, XRP. Yeah, so this is a move right here. I was thinking today, and I was wondering, is XRP gonna do what the old XRP did? So XRP has had a number of really just crazy runs. Had a kind of one here. This was a little bit choppy early on here, obviously, but once it got going here, it went great. And keep in mind, we're on day one, so this thing could have more runs going into it. This one didn't go very far. Of course, I think this is what caused that? Was that the SEC lawsuit? I do not remember. Something caused that. That may have been the SEC lawsuit. But even prior to that, yeah, we had this run. We made a lot of money off. If True was in here, me and True, I think it was True, we ended up, at the end, we kind of took, I don't know if we took the trade. I don't know if we talked about the trade. He may have been in the power hour at that time, but we took this trade and we both got liquidated. We made so much money on this trade that we got liquidated. And, into profit, like it exited like here. It was stupid. They liquidated me, and then the whole thing collapsed. And I kept trying to find a way in. It never looked good, and then it just kept dying. But some of these early runs too, obviously in XRP, some of the better runs in early crypto, just tremendous moves. So is this going to be a generational move again, or is this going to be more or less of the same kind of pop and stall that most of cryptocurrency has been doing lately? I don't think that's going to be the case. I think this will have some legs to it. It's just pretty good news. And I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of people that like XRP from a institutional standpoint, because if you look at a crypto and find one that looks something like a stock, it would be XRP. And I see something like a stock because it has a legit use case. It has a legit kind of a business model, in the fact that that you do charge fees for the on the network and you do use the coins, but the coins pretty heavily used. Actually, that brings up a point. I've never Googled this XRP network usage. Maybe maybe this is public information. I don't know. It may be private. I've never looked at this. $514 million transaction volume. Market data, supply addresses, fees and revenue. What's that? Wow, 916 bucks? That's cheap. Market data? Not looking at return on investment here, really. I'm just looking for like flow, I guess. Money flow or whatnot. I don't know. Addresses, fees burned. Well, if we're going back here, Ian, we are going back here because if you remember, oh, you know what? Going back to the chart, I remember what those pumps were. All these big pumps in XRP had to do with that lockup. So this pump right here was off the announcement that they were going to lock up their XRP into tranches that were going to be sold every month. I think it was every month. And maybe that's why we saw so much price pressure on BTC over the past, or I'm sorry, XRP over the past couple of years, is because of that monthly distribution. Let's see what CoinMarketCap says about it, actually. Now, they have the option to, they don't have to sell all those tranches, but they can. Whoops. Oh, they changed this whole thing. Wow. I think I like it. I don't know. CoinMarketCap volume circulating supply 52.54% total supply, max supply, fully diluted market cap. Huh. So yeah, you'd have to look a lot more into it to see if yeah, I don't know. I don't That's all I know about it. I don't know if I'm sure at some point we'd be able to look, but I think they were in trusts, like a legit trust, which I don't think a trust is on a blockchain unless they figured out a way to do that. But I am hoping that this does have some legs for multiple reasons. Number one, it keeps the market in rally mode, um, and that would bode well for everyone. We've been saying for a while now the bottom's in, like we're like the bottom's in. The question is, are we going to break out from here, or are we going to go back into another correction? Because the argument recently has been, are we in this part of it or this part of it, or are we in this part of it? And if you look at it from a chart pattern perspective, coming off of a low, we do have two bases here, two full-blown bases, just like we have here. You know, this one's a little bit sloppy, has a higher low, and then a lower low. Not ideal. That's a broadening wedge that ended up breaking out, actually. And now we have a full-blown cup and handle. So from a chart pattern perspective, this thing's ready to go. And that's what we've been talking about the past week. It's just being patient, waiting for everything to go. And then obviously XRP comes out. Cardano's up 20% now. Look at that bitch. Ooh, told you that would get going if the market did. There we go. I didn't know that was up that much. All right, let's go down. I've been just yammering because it's not a power hour, and my brain is either gonna yammer or gonna do power hour. That's all I do. All right, I'm going to take all trend lines away. We're just going to look at these charts naked. This is the RSI, obviously. This is my volume aggregation tool. For those of you that are unfamiliar, volume aggregation tool kind of helps you attempt to facilitate whether things are accumulating or distributing. So there's Bitcoin. Definitely a pocket pivot today. Green plus is a pocket pivot. If we close up here, which I think we're going to, only 50 minutes left. So this would be the highest close now going back until 2022, a year ago. Highest close in 12 months. So got to be a good sign. I'd like it to be higher, though. I'd like to be another $1,000 higher. That would be my personal preference. Ethereum popped up. This is in the auspices of a deeper consolidation. There is a larger horizontal here. Wow, this is a big ass. Anyone else see it? Anyone see it? Does anyone see what I see? Holy shit. I need to mortgage my house. I said earlier in the chat room, I'm like, I hope Rocket Mortgage means Rocket Mortgage and the fact you can mortgage a house quickly, because I'm mortgaging my fucking house and buying some shit. Does anyone see it? Come on. Use your keyboards. Or your thumbs if you're on your phone. You can't do a question mark, Daniel. I want confidence out of you, Daniel. You always come in here with question marks. There is a Head and Shoulders, but no, more currently. You don't see it, Aram? Anyone else? Come on. Come on. There you go, Daniel. Daniel got it. Cup and handle right there. There's your uptrend. There's your cup. There's your handle. I just got too much shit on my chart. There's a cup and a handle right here on Ethereum, and we generally missed it because I had too much stuff on my chart. That is a very large pattern. It's an escrow which is on ledger lockup. Really? The XRP stuff, that's interesting. That's really interesting. So that's a pretty big cup and handle, actually. Is it textbook? I don't think it's textbook, but one thing I would like to do, maybe I'll talk to Monkeytron about this. If he ever comes back, Monkeytron, you son of a bitch. Where are you at, Monkeytron? Someone go get Monkeytron. He's probably sleeping. I want to do a bar count. Do I have a bar count? I'm not sure if we never made a bar count. We've done a lot of stuff. I thought about doing a bar count. I need to do a bar count. We have this versus that. That's an interesting one. I remember having fun with that one. Mel script. Where the hell's Mel? Haven't seen Mel for a while. Follow through day. Where's the other one? Breadth indicator. The breadth indicator. I do like the breadth indicator. Anyway, big ass cup and handle here. Again with a high handle. Bitcoin also is dealing with this kind of a high handle scenario. I'm just ditching all this stuff. We'll keep my 1917, but we'll get rid of all this. There's just too much. Sometimes there's too much on the chart to see the chart, and it is a little bit frustrating. But you can see the horizontal right there, and we definitely went above the horizontal in a stalling action. Technically, if this were a stock, it probably could be an island top in the stock market. These could be gaps, just hypothesizing here, but they could be gaps making an island top, which is where you have a gap in the top and then it gaps right back down. But trying to come back here is not too bad. So this could be some form of a handle, but that's not a bad pattern. Regardless, you could do that with it, and you say you have higher lows against a horizontal that doesn't necessarily have to be a cup and handle if you don't subscribe to that. All right, next up, let's take a look at Hex, which is trying to come back above a penny. Woohoo. Here's your penny. B&B. We were waiting for this one to kind of get up. Never did do the alert on this one, but everything else is breaking out too, so I don't feel too bad about that. We were clamoring about it in the private Power Hour chat room. Holy bejesus. That's the busiest this room has ever been. This market's been so dull. Like nothing's been going on in that room. Not bad. Could be better. One thing I don't like here is pretty elevated volume, not a lot of price movement. Not really for the volume we have. I guess it's pretty similar to that one, but there's a little bit more distribution there than I would prefer. XRP is doing okay. Really would like to see more from it. No, I'm just kidding. I got a lot of trend lines on this one right now in the same day. So can I get rid of all of them? There we go. Oh, I did earlier just for fun. This is fun. I went to the weekly chart. I was actually eating when I did this. I went to eat at Chick-fil-A and busted out my laptop because the whole world was freaking breaking out. I did a measured move on this really big potential cup and handle. Speaking of a cup and handle, here's another cup and handle. One of the biggest ones of almost all time, at least in crypto. Look at that cup and handle. That's a gigantic. So here's your measured move from the bottom to the top. So that means, obviously, this is my prediction, $187 for XRP from 81 cents. That's right. I said it here first. It's going to 187. What's the high? 190 bucks. It's going to 190. Guaranteed. Guaranteed or your money back. So there you go. And Aram will be giving refunds, by the way. So Anyway, that was just kind of fun, I thought. No, this is financial advice, Ian. This is financial. uh, and the hoops they make you jump through. This is not financial advice. You know what's funny? I was looking. I was showing Cheyenne some. I know I'm public. Fuck them all. What are they gonna come after me for? It's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, I probably should. But you know, wasn't there like a politician or something who said, "Oh, it was just sarcasm"? I'm like, I should just. That's half my life defense right there. Oh, it's just sarcasm. No, speaking of sarcasm, I was looking at my looking at one of my pi method slides. You know, because back in the day, I was gonna do a course until I realized that I don't finish anything that I start, and I wrote a disclaimer. Speaking of sarcasm, the people that don't know me have checked out a long time ago. I'm just such a weirdo. Where the hell is it? Where's the pi method? My disclaimer for the pi method was awesome. Here it is. It's not there. Anyway, really sarcastic. I basically said go check your financial advisor because they know everything. Is kind of what I said. Oh, here it is. Disclaimer: I have no idea what I'm talking about. This presentation is for educational purposes only. We are not responsible for losses due to implementation of this information. However, we are responsible for gains and expected 20% kickback. We are not financial advisors, and you should definitely seek out a financial advisor before implementing the information in this presentation because they know everything. Depending on your financial objectives, you may want to completely ignore the information in this presentation and just go buy index funds. I was rocking that day for whatever reason. And I liked it so much. I still like it. I still think it's hilarious. All right. Back to more normal stuff. I don't know why I go off on my tangent. So XRP pretty good. Hopefully it will keep going. It's holding nice and tight up here. I will say that. There's nothing wrong with good tight action, especially after a big breakout like that. That's something that's really needed. It's looking pretty good. We just looked at it a very short time ago. Were you somewhere else? Let me see here. Yeah, ETH actually has a huge cup and handle on it, which I didn't realize. There's your cup, there's your handle. I think it's going to go at some point. No, Shiba Swap's coming up, and but I kind of don't want to look at it because it's Shiba Swap. It's a huge piece of garbage. I don't like trading huge pieces of garbage unless it looks really good on the chart, and then I'll play with it. I understand, Ian. I understand. Too many Facebook reels for this old man. It's going downhill too. But no, Ethereum looks pretty good. I like the cup and handle. You know, we'll see if we get going right away or if it's going to be a churning uptrend. But I mean, it's like the market is reluctantly going higher. I'm not quite sure what to make of that. It's a little bit interesting. I really think it is, Ian. Generally, it's brain cancer. I think you spend like 20, 30 minutes on it. It's not too bad. But if you're doom scrolling, oh my goodness, hard time coming back and focusing. But of course, I've had that for years. There's nothing really new with doom scrolling. But all right, so let's get back to so it's XRP. High tide action is exactly what you want to see. Declining volume is exactly what you want to see here, just for some leg ups, for some legs up right there. What's up, Alexis? Thanks for joining. Cardano with a great day today. We had the alert on this one. I think we added it this morning, actually, the 2977. Cardano moves when the market moves, and that's exactly what it's doing. It didn't move first, but it's moving, so you have to respect that. Again, pretty tight action. Let's go to the 5 minute and see what's going on. Lower time frame. No volume expansion yet. We'll probably stall up here, but once you start to get volume expansion, that's usually a good place to get in. A little bit high right now. Your stop would have to be probably down here at the 32.98, which is probably around 8% or so. Not too bad. About 6%. That's not horrible, but wouldn't anticipate a major breakout unless we just launched off in volume, which can happen in the most bullish of environments. We'll see if that's this environment or not. Dogecoin, choppy garbage, but a pop up with the rest of the market, only up 8%. almost means it's a laggard at this point. But look at how wide it's been. We've had this alert up here for a minute. 07283. It's choppy. Went up there, failed. Went up there again, failed. All the way back down, came back up. So not the best. This gets going when Elon says stuff. So wait for Starbase to accept Dogecoin for coffee, and then that'll be that. Solana, we've been on top of Solana for a while now. This has been leading the altcoins during this rally session. Alert at 1967, although, weren't harping on it like crazy, but it's something to take a note of. And then just the continued bullishness. And then this morning, talked about the horizontal, talked about the declining trend line. Didn't add an alert here, but if you want a Solana, you would have been eyeballing this one. And this did move early with XRP today. They're waiting to buy Solana. This is one of your leaders in this cycle. Matic with a 16% move. No, I didn't even notice that one. A lot of good movers today. This is what we want to see. Now we need to see consolidations, we need to see bases, and we need to see things do constructive behaviors. This getting to a breakdown point right here. There's your breakdown point for Matic. Again, if we can consolidate here, I think that'd be very healthy. Tron, who cares? Litecoin, getting to who cares level. Not quite, though. I really was hoping Litecoin would be a leader out of this because it's shown signs of life ever since this low. It's had a couple of really good pops where it's kind of led the market for a little bit, but it just can't sustain. And so I can't really get on board with it. I was hoping out of this 98.54, especially with what is going on in the market, we'd be up more than 5%. Unfortunately, it's just not doing it. So someone asked me earlier, I think it was Mexican Charlie Lee, if he's still around, what do I think about Litecoin? What does the chart say about Litecoin? The chart says that Litecoin isn't in vogue right now. Now, could it come back and get additional sponsorship? Yes, it could. But it really needs to clear this full-fledged horizontal trend line right there, which unfortunately we're still seeing a lot of distribution up there. DOT. All right, DOT trying to follow through here. We'll see if it's going to be able to do it. Another layer 1, trying to cross a horizontal. And this is our 5484. We are above it. So if you like it, I guess you can buy it. Your stop right now probably would be down here. About 6.5 to 7% underneath where our volume steps in. Shiba Swap. So it broke the declining trend line. We figured it would do that. And that's more distribution than most coins have showed up in this level. Look at the volume aggregation tool. Shows the red right there with the green. That's not a good sign. You'd like there to be expansion, kind of like this a little bit. Sellers going down, buyers going up, but we're not seeing that. Still could rally. This isn't the end all of indicators. Definitely still could rally, but not something I'm even considering purchasing. It's not a leader by any stretch of the imagination. AVAX, unfortunately, not a leader right now. I was hoping it'd get a little bit better. Decent sponsorship, just no follow through. There's no major accumulation here. It'll have its day. Every coin will, but unfortunately, it's not doing crazy for us right now. Atom, nice move off for the lows. Finally good to see a good day for Atom. But 8.5%, not a laggard. We talked about one, like Doge was a laggard or something, but 8% not a laggard today. Laggards are sub 5%, it looks like. All right, Chainlink. Nice day for Chainlink. Wow, okay. Still in the middle of a bunch of garbage chop, though. Look at this. As good as that looks, as good as a community and Link is, we'll see if they're going to be able to hold on. Very, very constructive. This thing's already breaking out already. No volume as of yet. That's going to be tough. If volume comes in, wait to see if it drops it down or if they're able to soak it up. If there's any selling pressure, maybe they can soak it up and then continue on. And Uniswap. Almost a who cares. Almost another one of those. So, all right, there you go. That's the top 20. Looking pretty darn good. And then we go to those Bitcoin derivatives. I think I'll end it here in a little bit, guys, and we'll get my kids. Stocks. I already forgot what I was doing. So Bitcoin derivatives, Riot Blockchain. So this is the leader in the space in terms of market cap. And for the most part, price action. It does have a few others, such as this Wolf and CIFR, that are a little bit more volatile, but they're much more thinly traded. Look at the volume in all of these across the board. They're absolute big. So let's start with Riot. Again, look at the volume. You're in the midst of these big moves. That's the only way you get these big moves is with the big volume. Mara, Marathon, also rocking it right there. CLSK, I don't know what most of these are. Great breakout right there. Wish I could have bought that one. I was a little bit late to that one. Don't feel like buying it. I really don't know much about it. And Riot's the leader, so I do try to stay with leadership if I can, which I should be able to. Look at Wolf. This thing has been aggressive. Very aggressive. There's a kind of a nice, weird, another lopsided cup and handle. 100% rally. It looks like nothing compared to how much these have come down. So some of these should still continue, especially if Bitcoin starts to break out even more. Cypher, good move up. Again, really good volume. Iris Energy Limited. Don't know much about this one, but there's a horizontal out of a cup and handle. Not bad. Good volume here as well. And then HUT. Beautiful little setup right there. And again, big volume coming out of it. So I don't know, man. I'm hoping these are going to continue. I'm hoping they're going to continue. Going back to Riot, which, is basically the leader of the group. I think they're the biggest by market cap. Let's take a look real quick. I'm going to pull it off screen just so I can see the names and stuff. I'll go to FinViz. And I'm just going to type them in and get their market cap. So Riot Blockchain, 3 billion market cap. Mara, 3.2 billion market cap, a little bit more than Riot, barely. CLSK, 750 million market cap, not too bad. WULF, 742 million market cap. CIFR, 1.17 billion market cap. Wow, bigger than I thought. IREN, 358 million market cap, losing money. And then HUT, 1.25 billion market cap. Wow, that's pretty darn impressive. What was Riot? 3.16. So Marathon's actually a little bit larger in terms of market cap. 3.16 versus 3.28. So 100 million more one versus the other. I didn't really look at the options. I pretty much just stuck with Riot because that's what I've been trading this whole time. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it would be amazing. It'd be amazing, absolutely phenomenal if we could come up here. I was talking to Shiny earlier. He's like, yeah, it's not like these things are going to go into all-time highs, and I agree with him. I don't think we're going to all-time highs, but I think we could have a great rally. If we could end up here and just double topping this out, which kind of would be a triple top, I guess. Not really. We did get pretty far above there. I think that extension of Bitcoin, if Bitcoin can get some momentum, I don't think it's completely out of the picture. Maybe we come back up here towards the 40. There's a breakdown point right there at 40,000. That'd be about a 33% increase for Bitcoin. It may be able to do that. Get back up there. All-time high for Riot's like 3,600. Oh, you're talking about if you go, well, I don't know. Let me look. Oh, yeah, I don't have master in here, do I? Yeah, let me add that. You're right. And what's their market cap? Well, they also have a business associated with them, although I don't. So 6 billion. So this company's worth 6 billion. 5.92. Close enough. Yeah, on the way up as well. This one all the way back up to 80 from what? 461. Oh, what? Oh, I'm still looking at Riot. How'd that happen? Geez, what a weird ass chart. I don't like this chart at all. This does nothing for me. Oh, you know why? It's going back to 98. That's why. Oh, that's 100% why. Never mind. This is a weekly chart. That is way old. So this one's pretty nice from 350. Probably getting back up there towards the 900. Geez, what does that option look like? Holy crap. I'm gonna check it out. Not that I necessarily think we're gonna get there, but I mean that'd be pretty dope. Maybe get a period of 860, 900. MSTR. How long would it take to get there? Probably, geez, later this year. Maybe December 17th. Whose vote is December 17th? That should be everyone's vote. December. If you don't know what December 17th means, we need to have a conversation about crypto history. So what did I say? $1,000? Let's call it $900. So $900. Holy bejesus. It's not that good. You buy an 800 call at $26. You're almost a 4x. Which really isn't that good. That's not that good. Well, not now. I mean, obviously, it's up tremendously. So all the option prices are going to look bad right now. If we have a consolidation of some kind, I think that'd be good. All right, let's look at Riot. Let's look at the 3600 thing. Oh yeah, 3600. That's 2007. So Riot, okay, Riot used to be a gaming company, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Riot Games. I do believe. I don't think it's this. I don't know if it's this Riot Games that has Riot Blockchain too, but maybe I'm just getting stuff confused. What was Riot Blockchain before Bitcoin? It was named Bioptics. It was known for having a veterinary product patent and developing new ways to test for diseases. So, yeah, it was this was the first one that started, hey, let's change our name to blockchain. This was the guys that started that back in 2018. So in 2007, they obviously were doing nothing with cryptocurrency. They were apparently a biotech company. So anyway, but now I mean they do have this history of getting these moves, these really tremendous moves. Let's take a look at this this date range from the low to this high, and then let's 337 days. So that says December. If we're going to do that same type of a thing, the slopes are looking eerily similar, aren't they? So we've already launched off of there. So maybe we're here getting up to 40. Yeah, if we get back up into here by November, December, that's going to be monster. Absolute monster. Absolute monster. All right. So these Bitcoin derivatives are, well, mining. They're not derivatives. These are mining stocks. They have this history. I mean, I don't know who remembers or who was even here, but remember we talked about this rally back up to $40 and it went up to basically $80. It's my the only trade that I regret is that one right there that I had, and a good friend of mine talked me out of it. So shouldn't have let him do that. My bad, not his. It is what it is. If that happened, my option would be up like 25,000%. This trade here, Ian, this would be 25,000%. No shit. I calculated it. We went back and calculated it, and my soul hurt. Seriously, my soul freaking hurt. I could do it again, but I don't feel like, injuring my soul again. This one, okay. So yeah, I was gonna talk about my Riot trade. I do have a Riot trade on. My target is $40 because I try not to be aggressive. So this is $40. Obviously, Riot's kind of going on a little bit of a parabola here, and I have until November. So I actually almost have enough time till if we do get up to that $80 level. Oh, I guess it's only September. Oh, that sucks. Thought it was November. Oh, November's my Tesla one. So September 15th. Whatever. So have until September 15th. Maybe it's not going to quite get there by September 15th. I don't know. We definitely could throw a consolidation in the mix here. If you look at here, we rally up. This one has a smaller consolidation, then a larger consolidation. This one lasted, looks like about 3 weeks or so, and then 25 days, and then finally with the blow off top, culminating in some very big volume days up here at the top. we'll probably do something similar up here. So we still could rally for a few more days. We could hit my $40 target sooner rather than later. And if that happens, I may get pretty aggressive with my sell, kind of like a ROM did today. The reason a ROM sold is just because his actually expired sooner than mine did. So he made a choice, and I ain't mad at it. I think it's a great choice. Good job, Aram. Aram won today. But yeah, so I do think we have more in us. So if we do get a pullback, I may consider rolling that option up to, I don't know, maybe I'll do November, December if things are looking really good. But it has just behaved so well. Even our red day yesterday, really couldn't complain too much about it. Very tight range. Really weren't able to close down at all. And yeah, days like today, Aram, you just got to take it, man, because take the praise and take the money. They don't come along super often. Not like this. These trades are very few and far between, buddy. They really are. Now we're gonna get other ones that are gonna do well, but the ones that are 800-900% like this, they don't come across your desk every day. And if they do, you're taking too much risk, and you're probably losing a lot. There's a balance between taking extremely high quality setups and being very aggressive with them, and just trying to make a shitload of money and just being too aggressive. If that makes sense. You can be too aggressive. You could just, I don't know, ExxonMobil. You're like, oh, ExxonMobil's going to blah, 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 and then try to force a trade here. But there's no trade here. Some people will do that. This is just an example, but, speaking of which, JP Morgan has earnings coming up. Looks like tomorrow, Aram, so we're going to have some fun with JP Morgan tomorrow. Do you still have that one? I think you still have this one, don't you? Yeah, JP Morgan looks pretty good. I like this. I wish I was bigger in JP Morgan. I do not have a large position in this. I have a large position in Riot, but so that's okay. But no, JP Morgan, I think I'm up I was up like 30 something percent. Maybe it's 50%. I don't remember. My app shows me different stuff than my desktop. Oh, percent change, percent in the money. One of them was like percent profit or something. Gross profit. No, it's just profit margins. Yeah, I don't know. But this has earnings tomorrow, so we'll see what happens with it. But so, anyways, these are doing. This doesn't happen every day. So take it in, soak it in, learn it, try to adopt these structures, and not these exact structures, but I don't know if you remember going back months now, going back many months. We would not all the time talk about it, right, but when it came up, we're like, man, this is looking good. Look at this volume. Look at that. It's doing so good. And then we have this consolidation show up. We're like, man, this thing is squeezing really nicely. I don't know if we had this trend line here or not, but I don't think we did. And we're like, oh, it's squeezing really nicely. And then we get towards the tip here, like, oh man, got some good volume. And then it starts to break out. Like, man, this is starting to go. And Bitcoin is, at this point, keep in mind, Bitcoin's like, do your thing. I'm just going to sit over here. Bitcoin is doing that, but you just have to go with the signal. Regardless of what Bitcoin's doing, you don't know that institutions are accumulating this to the tune of 68% in like 2 weeks. You don't get to know that. So you just have to go with the signals. That's it. And when you wait for these big moments like this, you just got to take them. I mean, you just got to take them. So what I did in my cash account, I took half my cash account and I bought the Riot options. I bought them late. I only bought them like 4 days ago. I bought some somewhere else, but not nearly enough. And I didn't have a lot of cash left in my my big account, so I did liquidate. I think I liquidated Soxel, and then I bought Riot Blockchain. I did have some cash, so I ended up with not quite a full position size, but like I said, I have way too much Tesla. So my hope from here on out is that Riot continues to act like it acted over here. Maybe we get some low volume days that don't do too much, but continue the price progress, or at least shows tight consolidations. I think that would be the best. Just some tightness up in here. We can't assume to have big blocks of green like this forever. Eventually they will stop purchasing. We don't know what their memorandum is. What's going on here is those companies like Vanguard and BlackRock are like, you've got to buy $1 billion worth of crypto mining stocks. And they go, okay, so how much is that? I don't know. You know what I mean? If um, we go back to this article, 560 worth, $560 worth of Bitcoin mining stocks. Maybe they're halfway to that $1 billion, and they'll stop. And whenever they stop, this thing's gonna not take very long to start going down again. So, Aram did a great thing taking profits here. I don't know. For me, I'm out until September, and I think we got a little bit more ways to go. So, but I'm in the money now. My strike price was $20. So, I think I paid $1.90 for it. So for every $2 we go up, my money doubles. So if we get up to like $24, that's a couple more 100%. If we get to $40, that's almost 1,000%. I think a little more than 1,000% if it actually does get to 40. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow's Friday. It's going to be interesting. I got to think about that if I want to take profit on mine. I kind of wanted to hold, but I don't know. This is a tough one, guys. It's a tough decision. Tough decisions to make. Now, Rom's was easy. I mean, if I had 1,000% and I was waffling at all, he did the right thing to take the profit. I'm only up 100%. So, is that good? Yes. Could it be better? Yes. Yes, it could be better. And like I said, these don't come across all the time. These really big moves like this, so I do want to take full advantage of it. That being said, this is a massive volume candle today. I wasn't really paying that close attention because I got home a little after the market closed, but that is a really big volume. Let's go into the intraday chart. I'm going to go straight to the 5-minute, may even dive down to the 1-minute. Let's take a look. Get rid of this big ass box. Okay, it looks weird now. Okay, there we go. So let's take a look intraday. Something interesting, the volume aggregation tool is showing plenty of selling pressure, especially on some of these. So they are taking a little bit of profit up here. VA tool actually shows selling pressure most of the day. You can see here a huge batch of buying, pretty good batch of buying in the morning, but it's actually lightened up a little bit. And then some selling up here. So that's not really 100% what you would like to see. You'd like to see things consistent, but obviously you're not going to be able to dictate how much buying and selling happens. But there's your breakout. There's your first initial buying day. And just look at the amount of buying right there. And then again here as well. And then here pretty even. I mean, looks like buyers do have control. If you look at the histogram, the vertical green lines, that's the difference between the red and the orange here. I don't like red on the chart really. And then here, obviously, we go down. That makes some sense. That was yesterday. And then you get today where we're higher substantially, but you see the distribution that stepped in. So I don't know. It's just kind of a catch-22 about what I want to do. So we could start one of those consolidations. Tomorrow we could gap up and they could use that as a selling opportunity and then just gap it down. If they gap down, that's probably better because some people are going to try to liquidate and they're just going to eat up all that supply. These are all different things that they try to do in the stock market, especially with these high flyers, is they'll play some games like that, the gapping games and stuff like that. So yeah, a little bit more distribution. We'll see what happens with it. Obviously, good buying in the morning, but then you can see the histogram. I try to just average out the histograms and see who has more. Definitely sellers have the edge. Even as we're going up, oddly enough, still able to do that. Pretty amazing. Good stuff, though. Like if we look at, let's stay on the 15-minute. Start drawing some supportive trend lines here. I mean, there's going to be a lot of support here. Big support right across there. When that gets broken, you're looking at some type of a consolidation. I mean, we'll see if it happens tomorrow. Nice if it happened in a couple of days so we can go sideways through it. I think that would be ideal, but that would be moving us into next week. It's just a little difficult. Man, look at the NASDAQ. Wow. What a move. TQs were up 5% today. That's freaking amazing. Let's look at these other stocks. Apple chilling. Microsoft, nice sideways consolidation. Tesla, sideways consolidation. Amazon, nice gap day today. Held the gap, closed towards the high. That's really nice. Square, taken off. This market's just getting better and better and better. I got to find some other buckets of stocks to buy. I've been too stuck in the Soxels, the Apples, the Teslas. Now the blockchain stocks. We got to find some additional ones to play in. There's Soxel, obviously, just killing it. AMD, NVIDIA. This, ladies and gentlemen, this, and freaking NVIDIA. It's going up there. That's for sure. All right, guys, I've rambled along long enough. Good, really good stuff, though. I like what's happening across the board. I want Bitcoin to, wow, we curled back up pretty good. If we can close like this, we can actually have a really good day. And only got 14 more minutes. We may actually do it. I don't think we'd reverse back up that quick. It is a low volume rise, so if they just want to paint a good close, I guess we'll see what that means for tomorrow morning. So, Aram, you said you were going to ask about JP Morgan. Yeah, well, we're already in our positions and we already have a profit, so we just hold. That's pretty much all we're going to do because we're already in our positions. And that's pretty good. Cardano, yeah, it was looking good. Did it go up a little bit more? All right, yeah, it did go up a little bit more. I'm on the 15-minute time frame right now. Let's go back to the 2-hour. That's even too high of a time frame. Good volume acceleration here has come in over the past little bit. We were low volume earlier last time we looked at it. I think we're excuse me, improving that a little bit, but we're still underneath the auspices of the spike. So Enox, you still on that thing? I still have an option. It's down 96.24%. It expires on the 21st. It's just going to expire worthless. Yeah, no problem. Hey, I like the curiosity, bud. Keep that up. You'll kill it. What do you want to look at here? So, yeah, this was a high tide flag that failed. It happens. High tide flag that failed, we can look for additional structures at some point in time, but it's pretty much a dead trade right now. There's no way I don't think it's going to get back up. It would need some other crazy earnings announcement. The problem with this is that it's just a super small stock compared to what we typically look at. Yeah, it broke down and I basically forgot about it. You know what? Oh, you know what? I screwed up my order. I had a standing sell on this, but yeah, let's see if I have open orders. I don't think I do because I think when I submitted it, after I submitted it, I'm like, yeah, it was only good for the day and expired. Yep, Enox expired, sell close. Expire at 5 cents. So really not worth anything. So here, this is a good, I mean, you've got a lot of good experience here lately, Aram, especially with options. So here the breakout failed. I should have just said cut it and be done with it. But being too optimistic sometimes, I've got a number of flaws. We all have a number of flaws we have to get over. At the end of the day, all you got to do is listen to the market and not have an opinion. A failed breakout is a failed breakout. And so we should have just cut it on the failed breakout. Giving it some time probably was a mistake. Obviously, in hindsight, blah, blah, blah. And then when it broke down here, obviously that's another exit signal. And then all this stuff is just me erasing like $200. So probably shouldn't do that. I stopped doing that back during my run. I stopped erasing money. Sometimes I just erase money. I don't know why. But I spent $1,000 on it. Wasn't a big position. Probably should have walked away with like $500. That probably would have been the smart move. Yeah. Do what I tell you to do, not what I do. And you'll do fine. You'll do perfectly fine. Do what the market tells you to do, and not what I tell you to do. Do what that's the right way to go. And then just correct me when I do stupid shit, because I'm a human being and I do stupid stuff. All right, where am I at? All right. So that's about it, guys. I mean, things are looking pretty good overall. I mean, pretty much in every market at this point of consequence. Even Hex is putting in a good day here. Ethereum, and get off the 5 minute time frame. That's kind of all we have when you're moving this fast. And I haven't talked about this, Aram, because we haven't been in a fast moving market since you've been with us. But when you're like this, Aram, you can go into smaller time frames and try to get more information. Oh, there we go. There's a high volume, probably a top because it's a double top, or almost a double top. So that's going to be your buy point pretty much from now on out on Ethereum right here. It's going to consolidate and do some stuff, and hopefully it'll come right back. This market is looking pretty good. I'm just hoping we can get a little bit more breadth in it, a little bit more stability, and if those sellers can go away a little bit more, I think we'll be in an amazing place, a place that most of you guys haven't seen in a while. You know, if you've been paying attention to stocks, you've kind of been in that mindset, and that you have to calm down when you come into crypto. But now I think you can keep it. Yeah, so I had AVAX too. I sold it too. Um, it'll have its day. It'll pop. It may pop a little bit of cup and handle in the 2 hour time frame. But yeah, I bought a little bit of XRP is what I did. Add order on the top. Yeah, so I bought down here. I bought on. Remember earlier I told you I'm not good at buying on the dip. This time I bought on the dip. I bought right down here somewhere. I forget exactly where, but right in this area. So we'll see what happens with it. I don't know, but all in all, we're looking really good. I think we're in a. This is what we've been waiting for. We've been talking about. No, I know. I'm talking about me. I bought XRP. I didn't. I sold my AVAX, and then I bought XRP kind of in a lower part of that consolidation with it. This is for me. Yeah. So if it rolls over too hard, I'll probably just bail on it. But we'll see. All in all, though, things are looking really good. If Bitcoin closes up here like this in the next 8 minutes, I think that'll be a really good day. Let's go naked chart again. That is going to be a great close for Bitcoin. The best close for Bitcoin in a year. And I think a lot of people are going to take notice of that. So I think we're in a good spot. I'm hoping that Bitcoin's going to go up and these Bitcoin mining stocks continue their run and double from here. You know, maybe triple from here in some instances with some of them. So we'll see, guys. This is the time to make some money and try to be patient. We were patient with buying. Now we got to be patient while holding. And that's a whole different psychological ball of wax, y'all. All right, guys, have a good day. I will see some of you guys tomorrow. The rest of you, I will